Hi guys, back here with another video. This is a review of my textured big gold SD standard definition made by Altair Belts, LENRs. This is a very nice belt. It's SD, but it is very detailed and is textured. This is based on the Nugget version that was used between Randy Orton and Christian after Edge retired and Christian won the title, and then Randy Orton won it, and then they started feuding. Milliken made the textured version. I did go for the J-Mar style strap, the 2x5 on each side. So let's get into this review. Really nice leather by LENRs. It's got the stamp on this side. Most people put it on the other side. Really nice J-Mar style snap box. I prefer the 2x5 on each side. I know that was the 3D version of the belt, but I do prefer it on this one as well. I think it's the best leather cut on any big gold. Got the nice crest that J-Mar uses. Shell pattern. This is really good leather. Ali's leather has definitely improved over the years. Really nice. Nice sealed edges as well. Same on this side. J-Mar style. Got a good texture to it. Shell tooling. So let's get into the first plate. One thing you're going to notice, it's not fully textured. This belt, there's no texturing between the floral or around the stone holders. There's only texturing around the grapplers. The grapplers are etched, but they are detailed, you can see. You can see the detail on the face, the boots, the trunks and everything. Really nice texture. It's kind of like a hybrid big gold. Textured and not textured in some parts. Got the nice red stones. Nice rope border. Red stones again. You can see how well the texture catches the light. I also do like the fully textured version. That's a very nice version. It's more accurate. But this one does look good as well. Other side. I think the grapplers are mirrored on this. That's partly down to my part as well, because I didn't mention for them to be facing the other way, but it's nothing too bad. I think they're all supposed to be facing this way, but these ones are mirrored, and then these ones are mirrored as well. Again, nice texture. This is more like a hand texture rather than a nugget texture. So it's more fine texture rather than the nuggets. but it does catch the light nicely. Again, red stones. This has the tighter leather cut, which I really like. Goes all around. You can see the beveled lines, but the tooling is covered by the main plate. Same on the side plates, you can see the beveled lines, and then some of the shell tooling is covered by the main plate. Again, I know that this is on the 3D big gold, not the textured one, but I'm not really a big fan of the wide leather cut, so this is more like a hybrid type of big gold. My favourite person to hold the big gold, Triple H. Batista, he made it look like $1 million when he used to come out with the suits and everything. Undertaker, definitely. Edge. Randy Orton was a good world heavyweight champion, but I do prefer him with the spinner belt. This belt looked pretty good on Jeff Hardy, but he only had it for about a month, I believe, before losing it. It looked decent on CM Punk as well. It looked really big on Rey Mysterio. Kane, he was a good world champion. Mark Henry. Christian was, I think they kind of screwed him over. I think he should have had a much better run with the world title. They really stuck it to him. But that's just my personal opinions. So, nice WWE scratch logo. It's got the hollowed letters. Not the deepest etching, but it is very, very clean. Sometimes you get deep etching, but it's not very clean. And sometimes you get very clean etching, and it's not very deep. But it is etched, probably about 1 millimeter, maybe half a millimeter. Nice red stones. You can see how well the texture catches the light. Got the crown, stones on the crown, red stones as well, and it's got the texture around the crown and the globe. There's no texture on the globe, it's only around it and underneath the nameplate. This nameplate is inspired by the Edge nameplate. It's got the letter A, but it's same as the Edge one, like the emblem, like a tilted type of logo. Right border. I'll show you guys the texture in the lighting. So here's how it looks in the light. It does look really good. It's not a bad big gold at all. Is it textured everywhere like the real one? No, but it definitely has a unique look, and you can see how well the texture stands out. And the red stones, just a very nicely made belt. You can see the texture. It really does shine, and it really pops very nicely. Show you how it looks. This is a big belt, so you can see how well that texture looks right there. It's more like a glowing type of texture, which has its own unique look versus the nugget texture. So now I'll show you guys the back, put it on the shoulder, put it on the waist, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts. I do want to try and keep this video as short as possible. So I'll show you guys the flexibility. This is really nice leather, very heavy belt, nice black backing. Again, very flexible. It came out of the box like this. I didn't even break it in. I'm sure it did get a bit more broken in when I started folding it, but it's very nice. Very strong leather, but again, very flexible at the same time, but not too weak because it wouldn't be able to hold up the plates. This holds the plates up very well. You can see right there how flexible it is. It just folds up underneath itself. But again, strong enough to stand up on its own without the use of any belt stand. I just love the 2x5 on each side. The tighter leather cut, it just makes this belt look much better. I just don't prefer the wider cut, to be honest. And you can see the detail. So I'll put it around the waist, on the shoulder, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts. Here's how it looks on the waist. Again, you can see the texture, it really stands out. It's more like a subtle type of texture, because most of the big golds that people get have texture everywhere, and obviously it pops more, and that's a very nice look as well. The textured big gold and the 3D big gold are my favourite. Sometimes it's hard to decide which one I like more, but this one has more like a subtle look because the texture's not everywhere. You only focus on the part that is textured, meaning if this was fully textured you'd focus on the whole thing, but because this is textured only in certain areas, you focus on it a bit more, and I think that's a nicer touch because you know where to look, where to find the texture, and you can clearly tell the textures here around the globe, the crown and the lettering, so I think it's a bit of a better touch. The 2x5 snaps on each side, it's a bit more easier to put on because you can get the equal amount of snaps if you want to put it on the lowest setting, so there's not really much overlap. The 2x8 snap box is obviously longer, and you know, it's good if you're a bigger person, but for me the 2x5 is perfect. So on the shoulder, here's how it looks on the shoulder. Again, very big belt. I'm 5'5", so that's how it looks on me. It covers up my whole shoulder and my chest as well. Nice. It looks really good the way that it sits on the shoulder. So I'll show you guys the curve on the center plate. It's got a nice curve to the side plates. Again, 4mm thick zinc. Very nicely detailed. It's got a decent curve. It's not overly curved like some versions of the big gold, but it does have a decent curve. So that's the full belt. Now I'll give you guys my final thoughts. Would I recommend this belt? I would definitely say yes. Again, it's not the most accurate, but it is pretty unique in the way that it looks. I think sometimes the old saying less is more definitely applies here, because there's less texture, but you definitely focus more on it because you know where to look. If the texture was everywhere, then you'd be looking everywhere, not just in one specific part. But this one, the texture is very subtle and you know directly where to look. I'm a big fan of the 2x5 snaps on each side. This is my belt, just a full disclaimer, this is my belt, I paid for it with my own money. I haven't told Ali that I'm making a review, I haven't showed him my review or anything or nothing like that. This is a 100% honest review like I do for all of my belts. Just a quick disclaimer. Would I recommend Alienas? I definitely would. His leather is top notch. The sealed edges, the tooling, the feel, the look, all very nice. There's no creasing in this leather, and I definitely bend it a lot. I use it a lot, and there's no creasing. Nice, smooth backing as well. Really easy to snap together. His plating is good. Good stones. Again, this is a standard definition, so the pricing is less than HD. So, final thoughts, would I recommend this belt? Definitely yes. If you do want a more accurate version, then that's something you'd have to ask him to get it textured everywhere. I'm sure he can do that. But my one has texture only in specific areas. And he can even do the wider leather cut with the 2x8 snaps on this side with the Millikan style strap. If that's something you asked for, I requested this one, and that's how we did it. So, my final thoughts, I really like this belt. It's definitely one that I intend to keep, and it's going to be a part of my collection. I do want to try and keep this video as short as possible. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, leave a like, leave a share, share this video, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video, and as always, thanks for watching.